Welcome to the Soft Power Circle. My name is Adriana and I am your Soft Power Circle guide. And before I go any further, let's talk about what this Soft Power Circle is all about. So, if you are a high earning woman, you have the success, you have the money, you have the title, you have the lifestyle that appears to have it all together. Yet there's this still small voice asking, is there something more? Or you're desiring something different. You don't want to continue to push and perform to get the abundance and success that you have. Well, in the soft power circle, we talk about that. We lean into our softness, not as being passive or a weakness, but we understand that our softness is actually our superpower. And we are accepting everyone in the circle, not for what they do, but simply for who they are, because we are magnetic. Abundance is our birthright. And unfortunately, we've been conditioned and programmed to think that we can only be so good if we're pushing and leaning into our masculine energy. But we have feminine and masculine for a reason. So we're going to talk about how to balance. Remember, there's always duality. For those of you who are like, well, I am feminine, I carry myself with such poise and class. Well, I wonder if you even know which side of your body is your feminine and masculine. See, it's more about internal than external. It doesn't really matter how dressy you are, how classy you are. You can dress up and still be leaning in to your masculine energy, causing you to perform. See, the masculine energy is that go, action, yes. And you need that. That's why you have it. But then there's also that feminine side, which is your left side, where you can lean in and just relax and be in your softness. And you don't have to push so hard because what you're doing is positioning yourself for whatever wants you to want you back. But we have to involve the body in this type of work because your nervous system is all over the place because it hasn't learned how to receive without having to use so much masculine energy to get it. So we talk about the nervous system, we talk about subconscious programming, we talk about the emotions behind trying to hold it all together and live this life that you think you want here, but internally it does not feel aligned because believe it or not, your body does keep the score. And even if you've been pushing and hustling for a couple months and you think, I'm good, well, in a couple years, if you keep that up, your body may start breaking down or you may start feeling a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, and you're not even going to be able to make the connection because it's so far in between. So, we are going to help you be able to embrace success and abundance and remembering who you are and that it's your birthright and that you don't have to go, 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 go. You don't have to perform for your worthiness to be acknowledged. You don't even have to perform anymore to increase your level of abundance. So, we got to attack the mind and attack the body, and you'll be so much better off. And you'll learn to lean in your softness and you'll realize how much more time you have in your life to do the things that you truly want. Because I'm sure even if you have the money and the success, you are working from sun up to sundown and you don't want that life no more. I know you know. So, with all this being said, I wanted to keep this short. I want to personally invite you to the Inner Power Circle. Right now, I'm on YouTube and I also have a podcast called the Soft Power Podcast. I post, I'm going to say right now, once a week, very short episodes, but very insightful and helpful because right now, I know you guys are busy women because you're still learning how to lean into your softness. So, we're going to get there, but we're going to have powerful conversations on the podcast, powerful conversations here on YouTube. And I'm going to go live sometimes to answer your questions. And you want to subscribe because I will be extending myself into memberships and working with me one on one even more. So you don't want to miss out. This video found you for some reason. This is your sign to stop being in your masculine energy so much and come back home to your softness, to your femininity. And before I go, I want to leave you with a question for you to kind of think about. Don't rush through it. Be in your feminine, be in your slow era, and think about this question and let it just penetrate your mind without judgment, without shame. Just observe. So, I always talk about how you have a storyline in the work that I do with my clients. And the question is for you is where did you learn so that you can go back and rewrite it that you had to push and perform and be under pressure to get the success that you want? Was it social media? Was it your upbringing? Was it a parent? Was it something you may have observed in your childlike understanding? You have to get to the root of it if you can, and then you're able to go ahead and work forward and say, you know what? I learned this because I watched my mom do it, or I watched my dad do it, or everybody in my family does it. Because sometimes we can see people do it and they don't have conversations. So we just think, oh, everybody who does this is, there's something wrong with me because I feel tension and I feel resistance and I feel burnt out. And that's a big thing too. We don't do burnout in the inner power circle. We take that off. We remove that weight of burnout and exhaustion, because that's another thing that people think, oh, yeah, well, with success and all of this comes the burnout. So let me just add that on like it's normal. You don't have to burn out because you're not using that energy to keep what you have by pushing and performing. You're keeping the things that you manifest simply by being who you are, simply by being magnetic, simply by resonating on the same frequency of the thing that you're desiring. So I just wanted to put that out there. So think about where you learn to hustle and push the way that you do. And then you get to decide if that's something that you want to continue to do, or if you want something different. If you want something different, then I encourage you to subscribe and go ahead and listen to the first 3 episodes on my podcast that I will link in the show notes. All right, guys, thank you so much for this introductory video that you've watched. I hope this has been exciting for you, hopeful for you, because I know you've probably have been like, I just want to find somebody who gets me. I see you, I honor you, and one day I hope to work with you. See you later.